A lot of people are contacting me. Some of them are working closely with Aussie Cossack, wants to make big theater. He's flourishing on theaters to the point that everything he done in the last 1 year was a theater. He was calling the police and telling them that he will break the law in Fairfield so that they can wait for him and he can film them abusing him so that he can play the role of the victim. I will not talk about what the Aussie Cossack was talking about us, the United Australia Party. He was vending a lot of lies, including taking, editing the Craig Kelly's video and taking it out of context when Craig Kelly was saying, and I quote, a lot of liars and the globalists are spreading lies that we are preferencing the liberals. The Aussie Cossack cut this and posted only when the Kelly said we are preferencing the liberals. So everything you are listening for or you're hearing from the Aussie Cossack is lies about everything. And now today I will not talk about his turbulent life, growing up in a broken family where the father was alcoholic and abuser, and all about his life as a mercenary in a foreign countries, or as a woman basher, where according to the Daily Mail and all information I have from the ABC journalist, that he was in jail a few years ago when because he was bashing his former girlfriend, and then he broke the AVO she got against him, and he ended up in jail. Recently, the Daily Mail and the Channel 9, as we saw, broadcasted a lot of stories about an AVO from his current wife because he was bashing her. This is according to Channel 9, and this is according to the Daily Mail and other media outlets. So I will not talk about this. I leave this to the media, mainstream media and other media, and don't tell me that they are lying, because they obtained a document through the Freedom of Information about a former girlfriend AVO, and about former girlfriend complaining against him to the police, and the police are arresting him and putting him in jail, and the current wife also. Channel 9 and the Daily Mail, it's not me, Channel 9 and Daily Mail, it was aired a few weeks ago about his current wife who sought an AVO against him because he was bashing her repeatedly. I just want to as a proof, because a lot of some people, not a lot of people, or 2-3 people are contacting me and saying what's the reality of what the moron, liar, woman basher Aussie Cossack said about how to vote cards in Reid for the United Australia Party. I posted the how to vote card, where you can see exactly that we are putting liberal Labour Greens the last, and we are preferencing number 2 Liberal Democrats, number 3 One Nation, number 4 Natalie Bainey, number 5 the Fusion Party, number 6 the Liberals, and number 7 Labour and the Greens. You can find a copy of this how to vote card for Reid on my Facebook. I will post it again on my Twitter and on any other on all other my other social media. So he's lying. It is very clear that he's lying. It's very clear that he made up lies without contacting me, without contacting other people, without coming to the booth, because we are outside the booth, the early voting centers, every day handing out this how to vote card. This is the only how to vote card I have, and again I and my team are handing out this how to vote card. So why the Aussie Cossack, Simeon Boykov, the notorious guy with all this bad history, attacking me and the United Australia Party? The reason is very simple, because we kicked him out of the party. We cut all the ties with him. He was licking the shoes of Craig Kelly and other people in the party to run him as a candidate in Reid. And when Craig Kelly and others in the party knew about his notorious past, his dirty past, about woman bashing, about being mercenary, fighting in foreign wars, about his calls to assassinate and liquidate political opponents, on him calling Australia as an enemy state, and as we saw on channel 9, he's also a crook, where he cheat people, he take money from people, and doesn't or he owes a lot of money to other people. And channel 9 showed one of the victims of this crook. By the way, now I am in contact with my solicitor to sue him for defamation, because of all lies he launched against me, and I am telling this mad guy, whose the only achievement is that he is a YouTuber who has 150,000 followers. He doesn't know that a lot of stupid people, gamers, has about millions of followers. This does not mean that they are clever. They are journalists, as he called himself, journalist, a school leaver who could not finish year 9 or 10, something like this, and who has no respect within any community, and he has a lot of trouble with his own community. I don't know what his own community, because he has a Chinese passport. He claims to be a Russian, and influential Russian, close to President Putin, when in fact the Russian government had refused to grant him citizenship, Russian citizenship, repeatedly for 5 times. He applied 5 times for Russian citizenship, and he was refused. And the Russian ambassador and the Russian general consulate told me that we can't get rid of this bug. This is their words when I talked to the former general consulate, Mr. Sergei Shebelov. He told me, we advise you to avoid this guy at any cost, and we can't get rid of him. We get rid of him. We tell him don't come don't attend, and he's still attending. Anyway, Mr. Shibilov had left his post, and we can't get some words from him. But why he's attacking me and attacking the United Australia Party? He joined a United Australia Party, and I know I have his membership number, and he put nomination to run for an election, and then I did not know about this, but I was spreading some information about him, and then the party was convinced that he cannot run for United Australia Party, and they asked me to run for Reid, and this is why he got mad from me and from the party. And then because the party was getting a lot of bad publicity, negative publicity, because of association with him, the party decided to kick him out altogether. And I recommended this to the party. I said, this guy is a liability on us, liability on our campaign, and he could affect us negatively. This is why he's deeply humiliated from United Australia Party for kicking him out and cutting all ties with him, and declaring on the press club that we have no tie with this guy. And this is why he got mad, and he started to create lies after lies about the United Australia Party. Anyone wants to get some information, some facts, contact me. My telephone number is 040-444-7272, and or send me an email, or come and visit me. I am tomorrow outside the polling booth, 52 Hampstead Road, Homebush West, and I will hand to you how to vote cards, how to vote cards. As I said, a YouTuber, a dumb YouTuber, will have 5 million followers just to watch his dumb gaming. This does not mean that he is a journalist, or he is clever, or he has any influence in Australian politics. Aussie Cossack, for the last 5 years, he was liability on every cause he was involved in, and recently the Russian consulate and the Russian people, the Russian community, asked him to shut his mouth and not do anything in regard to Russia, because he is adding to the bad publicity for a Russian society, a Russian community in Australia, and the Russian cause and the Russian state. For him to buy viewers is different than me, which I was in politics for 20 years, and if I walk in the street, thousands of people will respect and raise their hat for me and for my work. When I visited the detention centers, I helped people settle in Australia. I helped solve the people's problems. People every day visiting me and seeking help, or seeking advice, and seeking support. Of course, we know where he's getting his money from, and his all this theater he's doing to attract attention to him. But at the end of the day, and this is what matters, but at the end of the day, Aussie Cossack was going around kissing the shoes of United Australia Party to run him as a candidate, and they refused. He was then going kissing the shoes of One Nation to run him as a candidate, and they refused. And he was kissing the shoes of the Liberal Democrats and other political parties and they all refused because of his bad reputation and because of his low IQ and because of his low education, and has no understanding of anything but to open the mouth and spit lies and defamation against everyone else. If the Aussie Cossack has one gram of respect to himself, he should shut his mouth after we kicked him out of the party and we asked him to cut all ties with the party, because we don't need any bad reputation. We don't need any crooks and woman basher in the party. We don't need anyone who will stab anyone in the back when they don't agree with him. And not only this, Aussie Cossack was employed as an agent of chaos by deep state, by globalists, to divide the movement and destroy any real alternative, any real solution for this state. And I give one example here. Aussie Cossack and myself were involved in organizing a freedom rally in November last year, where the organizers, I was the first Australian to get an approval for a freedom rally, and I could enforce the authorities and give us an exemption to hold a rally. At that time, it was the first time, it was a precedent, and then I opened floods of applications of rallies to hold the rallies to demand freedom and no lockdown. Aussie Cossack destroyed the organizing committee. Was hundreds of good people. Aussie Cossack attacked all of them and called for my liquidation of Susan, the leader of Youth Advocate, called for liquidation of Chris Cavay's liquidation. This is what he did. So we organized a fantastic rally attended by around 100,000 people. The next rally, because he was stabbing everyone in the back, the second rally was smaller. The third rally was attended by 100 people. Only 100 person attended the last rally organized by the Freedom Rally, the worldwide Freedom Rally. Only 150 people attended. 150 people, 100 to 150. It depends. I asked two people who attended, and they were deeply disappointed because a rally that led more than 100,000 in November was reduced because of Aussie Cossack attacking every good freedom fighter and stabbing them in the back. It ended up in January, I think, 150 people attended. This is the role of Aussie Cossack, and I hope that nobody will listen to him. Let us talk about Mohammed Murad. Are you referencing Liberal Party? And I talked to a journalist, and there was an article yesterday about why we are preferencing Liberals ahead of Labour after the freedom parties and the smaller parties. We preference first Liberal Democrats, One Nation, Independent Liberal, Natalie Baini, the Fusion, then Liberal. Why? Because we have there is no difference between the Labour and Liberals and the Greens. In fact, the Liberal were even less moderate in enforcing the lockdowns and restrictions. But we are saying Labour, Liberals and Greens are three sides for the same coin, three wings for the same bird, and because of this we thought that preferencing Liberals will win us more votes if we are telling, because Reid is a Liberal marginal seat, and it is more pragmatic for us to win more primary vote to preference the Liberals ahead of Labour only, behind the smaller parties, the independents, because this will win us more votes from disgruntled Liberal voters who does not want to see a Labour government. So they will risk giving us the vote without risking electing a Labour government. What I want to say today is you can't trust a person with such bad reputation. Woman basher, mercenary, somebody called Australia an enemy state, a crook who does not pay the people's their money, and person who lies repeatedly, and it is very clear everything he was saying are lies and deception, just because he enjoyed that his buffhead is on YouTube for the first time in his life. There are somebody who are watching him and who's taking notice of him. Usually for the last 15 years he was a disgrace to the humanity, a disgrace to his community, a disgrace to Australia and Australian society. Just don't listen to this liar. If you want to take more, or if you want to reach, or if you want to know the truth, just compare between what he broadcasted yesterday about Craig Kelly and the real, the full live broadcast from, or the broadcast from Craig Kelly, when Aussie Cossack cut and paste and make things looks like that we are preferencing the Liberals ahead of the freedom parties. By the way, in the Senate we are not preferencing Labour, Liberals and the Greens altogether, because in the Senate it is optional preferencing. So you can preference only six parties, and we chose to preference the small six parties: Liberal Democrats, Informed Medical Option Party, and these parties. There is no trace for Labour or Greens. And if the House of Representatives vote optional preferences, we will also not preference Labour, Liberals, Greens at all, and we will ask people to vote only for the smaller parties that refused the mandate and the lockdown. If you need any more information, don't listen to the liar. Just talk to us, talk to the party, talk to Craig Kelly, talk to the candidates. He claimed that I, as a candidate, I recommended preferencing Liberals ahead of the Liberal Democrats and One Nation. This is lie, and you can come tomorrow and meet me at 52 Hampstead Road, West Homebush, and you can see my real how to vote card. Just ignore this liar. By the way, what he wanted out of this, not only he wanted to regain some of the humiliation we put him under by kicking him out from the party and by asking him to keep distance from the United Australia Party, because we don't want anyone in the United Australia Party who bashed his girlfriend and his wife, who did not pay his debt, and who was violent against opponents. If you know about Aussie Cossack, all what he wanted is to stir some chaos so that more people can watch his YouTube, and then he can profiteer from lies. So he is profiteering from lies. He is profiteering from hurting people. He is profiteering from destroying the freedom movement. He is profiteering from destroying our only and last chance of regaining our freedom and our democracy. And this is why, until yesterday, I checked his website when he is asking people to donate for him because he will run for election as independent. Until now, he is receiving donations from people overseas. They don't know what's happening in Australia. They don't know about the electoral commission, the electoral system in Australia, and they don't know that he did not put his nomination as an independent candidate for Strathfield by-election, where he collected tens of thousands of donations for no reason, and he did not refund this money. The same now. Until yesterday, I checked his website, and the donation button is still active, and he's asking you to donate for the people's candidate, Simeon Boykov. Vote for Woman Basha. Thank you very much. And some friend called me today and said, I hope that Aussie Cossack is not causing any trouble. I told her, the people who are still following him are the people overseas. They don't know anything about Australia. They don't know. He's insignificant in here. On the contrary, he is a bug that nobody wants on his skin. The response we are receiving from voters are superb and very good, and the people who are helping us are superb. We have a lot of people coming to the booth and saying, we want you to defeat the dictatorship of the two-party system. Thank you, and keep united, because this is the only chance we have to defeat the dictatorship and the tyranny in this country.